Hello everyone, it's Kelly again with Kelly Richmond Scrapbooking. I'm a Creative Memories advisor and I am going to put together sketch number 7 from the September 2023 worldwide virtual crop that's going on right now. So I'm super excited. If you want this sketch, you can find it. I'll put a link below in the description. I create this handout for each individual sketch so I can put it in my little idea binder, sketch binder. And if you want this, you can find it in my Facebook group, Scrap Happy with Kelly. Okay. The papers that I'm going to use today are the Magic Awaits. It is a paper pack from 2020. Just some really fun red, black, and yellow because it is a trip to Disney that we went to, or that I went to with my daughter and my sisters. So those are the papers that I'm using. Here again, here's the sketch. It's a pretty basic one with 6 pictures. I'm gonna change it up just a little bit because I've got the brochure that I'm putting right here in place of these 2 4x4 photos. And I've kind of got a bigger title. So I'm gonna change it up just a little bit, but really these sketches are more for inspiration and ideas. It's not to follow them exactly. So I'm not gonna follow it exactly. I'm gonna modify it just a little bit to work with the pictures that I have and the memorabilia that I have. Okay, so I'm gonna set that aside for just a second. I've kind of already picked my papers. I'm gonna use these 2 black with the little tiny arrows on these 2 pages. I'm actually going to have the arrows come together instead of all one direction. But as you can see from this sketch, I'm using those as my base. And since I'm working right on my page, I don't have to use the whole base piece. And I don't want to waste that extra paper. I could just put it down and put my these 1-inch strips on top. But I don't want to waste paper, and I could maybe use those 3 inches of paper at some other place. So I'm going to cut off 3 inches. How I got that is easy. I've got a 1-inch strip here, a 1-inch strip here, and a 1-inch strip here. So I know I need those 3 inches I don't need. So that's what I'm going to start with, and I'm going to cut those off. Let me kind of move things out of the way here so I'm not... So things are out of the way as I get started. Here's the other papers that I'm going to use. Okay, so those are out of the way. So I'm going to take my 2 pieces of paper. I'm actually going to, I have them going the directions that I want. And so I'm just going to combine them together to cut my 3 inches off. That way I know that they're going to be exactly the same. And I'm just going to line it here up on my trimmer at the 3-inch mark and then trim. So now these pieces I can use for a border or something else later. So I'm going to set those aside. Okay. So these are going to go right here in the center of my pages. And I'm not going to put them down yet just because I've got to get these other border elements here. So I've got two strips up top, 1 down here, and then you've got either a border, like a border cartridge or stickers or laser cut borders or something like that that we're going to use for these elements. So I think I had already decided that I want this heart paper, and I'm going to do the heart paper on both the top and the bottom. So I'm just going to cut this, make sure with directional paper that I'm cutting it the right direction. I'm actually going to put it in this way because I need a total of 4 strips. So I'm going to just line it up there on this side of the 1-inch mark. Looks like I've already gotten off a little bit. So I'm going to slide this paper in and straighten it back out. It's one of these strips I probably got off. That's okay. We'll work with it. All right, so we're gonna set that aside. And then since this one has two, I'm gonna use one of the heart ones on the top and the bottom, and then I'm gonna use this yellow for that other 1-inch strip. Okay. And you'll notice on this sketch, there's also these two big like flag type details that are going to go down. And this is the paper that I chose for that. So those are going to be really fun. They're 5 by 9. And so I'm going to extend this out, and I'm going to cut my 9 inches across first. And then turn it and cut at 5 inches twice. Okay, now in order to make this little flag piece, I can do one of two things. I can either kind of fold my paper up on the ends and then just trim once this way. Then it tends to have kind of a crease. That's probably the easiest way to do it, is to go like this and then trim it. The only thing I worry about that is that since I've got two of them, I've got to make sure that they're the same. So I'm going to line it up so that I have just 1 inch, and I'm going to mark a little 1 inch mark right here on this. And I'm going to crease it just a little bit. And then I'm going to take my micro tip scissors. Now I'm worried about it being straight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this back up. And I'm going to take my zero centering ruler and I'm going to draw a line. That way I know it's straight. I've cut a lot crooked. So, all right. Then when you fold it out, you've got that nice little flag. Okay. So I'm going to do the same thing on this one. Line it up. I'm using my mat down here. You could also use my ruler. Okay. All right, there we go. Let's start assembling. Okay, so that and that's gonna go over there. And this here, I'm gonna start at the bottom and kind of work my way up the page. That way I can put this border down. Did you hear how rattly my tape runner is? Pretty sure I broke something inside, but it's still working, so I'm not going to mess with it until it stops working. Okay. This part right here is a little, it's moving a little bit more than what it normally does. So luckily, I think we're getting close to the end, and I'll just put a new refill in and it should fix it. Okay, now I've got to decide whether I want the hearts here and the yellow up here or vice versa. I think I like that better. I don't know. It just makes more sense to me. Now you'll notice I have a little tiny bit of a gap here. So I either wasn't exact on my trimming, or the page is a little tiny bit longer than 12 inches, either one. But I'm not going to stress too much because I'm going to put a border element right here. So I'm just going to, that's where I'm going to just leave that space, so it should be fine. And I'm pretty sure that I like it this way better. So that's what we're going to do. And we'll start at the top. You know, these pictures have been sitting here on my scrapbook table for probably a good 2 weeks because I just hadn't been quite inspired yet to do this page. So the Worldwide Virtual Crop kind of gave me that little extra push to get it done. So that was nice. Sometimes you're just not inspired, right? And that's kind of how it's been. I just haven't had that inspiration yet. Okay. And last little piece, and then well, we have a much bigger gap over here on this side. Oh no, I guess it's about the same. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna put this one down first because I pretty much know where that's gonna go. See how close it comes down here? I'm not a fan of that. I think once I put my border on, it might touch this, and I don't think I want that. I think I'm gonna use this roller coaster layered embellishment from the Magic Awaits. And yeah, see how it is, it's gonna touch right over that, and I don't like that. So rather than cutting this angle again, I'm just gonna cut about 1/2 inch off of the top of both of these papers so that this little flag end doesn't run right into the border, because then what's the purpose of cutting it if you can't even see it, right? I'm gonna bring it down here. Let's see if that's any better. Nope, still gonna cut a little more. Gonna cut another 1/2 inch off of it. See if we like that. Yep, that's better. Okay, this one I'm not gonna put down quite yet, just because it's supposed to go a little bit farther over here. But with my memorabilia right here, I'm not sure that's what I, placement wise. So we can start on this side. I'm gonna go ahead and put this down. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this border element down, I think, now. Maybe not. All right, for these two photos right here, they are they are 6x4 inch photos. And then this one is gonna go right here. I think I want to matte them because I want them to stand out a little bit more, especially with this picture's kind of dark and then you've got a dark background. So I'm going to actually matte them, even though the sketch doesn't have them matted, but I'm going to, and I'm going to matte them out of this cranberry cardstock. But before I do that, actually, I think I'll go ahead and, here's a little scrap. I'm going to see if that one will work. Nope, it's not quite 4 inches. So we'll set that aside. So I need 1, 2, 3, and a 4x4. So let's, you know me, I don't want to waste any paper. So I'm cutting my mats at a 4x6 or 6x4, either way you want to say it. And then, so I'm going to have to turn down my photos just a little bit. Okay. Then let's set that aside for a second. I'll trim my photos. And then I've got one more photo up here. Okay, those are all trimmed. All right, let's take a peek at what that looks like. Make sure that that's what we want. Yes, I like that. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and stick this one on because I know where it's going to go. I'm going to slide it down just a little bit so that there's room for that border. There we go. All right, now I think we can put this little border on. I'm just gonna get my little silicone mat here and some repositionable tape. There's a little tiny like glue dot or something on the end of this that they use for the packaging. Perfect. Okay, so for this border right here, I thought I would use this camera sticker. This is also from the Magic Awaits sticker pack, and I really liked it. I could do the stars. The only problem with the stars is the stars are actually cut out, which would probably be okay except for the yellow background. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna use the cameras. And I'm gonna try and put it up a little bit more into the yellow, but I've gotta be low enough to cover that little space. Oh, and I totally put it on crooked. Oh. Let's see if we can get it off without tearing the paper, which I'm not going to be able to. It's pretty stuck. This is our multi-purpose tool. That's what I'm using to pull it up, and it's actually working. This is an older version. The newer version has a little bit more cushy right here where you hold it. And it's pretty amazing for things like this, or picking up stickers off its sticker sheet, or ABC stickers, any of those things. This tool works pretty amazing. I've got a couple of them because I love them so much. Okay, yay, got that off. Okay, let's see if we can do a better job this time. There we go, better. Okay, that's one side done. Let's work on this other side a little bit. All right, so here was what we have in question. I think I'm gonna go, actually, I think I wanna go more towards the top. So this is about the same size. Once the border is on, it's gonna cover some of that up. And because the border is dimensional, I think it's gonna have to move up a little bit to take into account for this border. But this picture we can definitely put down now. Here's my other dilemma. I have this really fun title for Epcot, and it's ginormous. So the question is, I'm going to cover that detail up if I put it right there, but I think that's what we're going to have to do in order to fit it on there. Okay, so let's put down our other sticker first. Oh, let's put this down first. Oh, I think I'm out. I am. Yep, look at that. I have a broken piece. Nice thing about this is look how easy it is to, first I'm going to clean that out. This just sets right in here, lid goes on top, and a refill is done. Super nice and fast. Okay, so that's going to go there. That goes here. Just checking. Close enough. Okay, let's put this on. To cover up our little gap here. I'm going to do a little, use a little brochure pocket once I put the page protector on that. And I can show you how to do that here in a second. Yeah, let's put this. That border is pretty much getting covered, just about. I probably could have done without it. Or cut it into little pieces, huh? I'm just going to overlap this title so that this picture still works okay. And then take the other border. Okay. All right. Move that. We're just about done. Got our title up here. We do need a few embellishments. So let me pull out my stickers. Let's see what we can do. I really like this one that says a day of fun. I'm just going to make a little cluster. Kind of with all those different colors. And put it right there after I pop it up. I think to go along with the theme of cameras, I think I'll use camera. I think I like it down here the best. Okay, so let me, I'm gonna pop that one up too. Okay, so I have a question. Maybe you guys can answer in the comments below, just because I'm curious. Do you scrapbook chronologically, like in order. That's how I scrapbook. I'm in 2016, tells you how far behind I am. This was 2016, and I go in order, so chronologically, that's how I scrapbook. Or do you scrapbook by just subjects or events? So do you have a Christmas album or a kids album or just random? Just curiosity. How does everybody like to scrapbook? Chronologically or however you want. Like by event, I guess you could say. So I'd like to know. Post in the comments. And we'll see what everybody says. Okay, there we are. We are done. I'm going to put the page protector on this side because this back side of my page is already done. That way I can put this memorabilia pocket on there. So let me grab my page protectors. Okay. So there's my little brochure. Let's go this way. I have another brochure that I put on that I want to fold over my page protector on the back side. So it's just kind of wiggling back and forth until you got it on. Make sure that nothing gets stuck. Okay, there we go. So now this will flip. All right. Let's see. So this is a big one with a pocket that way. I don't think I need that one. I need this one. And this is just a little, this was a special that Creative Memories did. They're little brochure pockets. And it's just a little clear plastic piece, and you can slide your brochure right inside of it. So I'm going to, and you just peel it off, and it's a great big sticky. So I'm going to set that right on there. And then this brochure will go right in there, like that. Okay, there we go. And we're all done. So again, this was sketch number 7. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you do this page, if you use a sketch, post a picture. I'd love to see it. Hope you guys have a great time and happy scrapbooking. Talk to you later. Bye.